Hey, what is up everyone? It's your favorite YouTuber, Jackson Academy here, coming in with the live updates. I know you guys have been asking for it, so here it is. Zombie Shooter Season 2. Today we're going to be making a menu. Okay, let's get started. So, I think we can first start off by going into the game over screen, and we're going to use this as the menu instead. So instead of game over, let's rename this to menu. Alright, now let's go into the costumes, and we're going to be needing to make a few costumes. Let's click on choose a costume and then paints. And this costume is going to be named logo. It's going to be the logo for our game. So I'm going to choose the text tool. I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to type zombie. And then I'm going to click on the select tool. And I'm just going to scale it up like this, make it bigger. And I'm gonna put the copy and paste it right here. And let's call this shooter. So there you go. I put the text on different lines. And now let's try adding some color. So how about we make the zombie text green, since it's a zombie, duh. Let's make the shooter text, how about orange? That looks good. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit of outline. There we go, and there goes our logo. So let's click on the select tool, let's select both of the text, and let's click on group. Now when we select one text, we should select both of them. I'm going to center them in the middle, and there we go. Now we need a play button. So let's paint another costume, and let's rename this to play. Let's click on the rectangle tool. Keep the outline. I'm going to change the fill color to green again. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle on the screen. Hey, that rhymes. Okay, now let's center the rectangle on the center of the screen. And the outline of the text is big, so I'm going to make the outline on the button big. Now let's click on the text tool. I need to change the fill color actually before I start typing. There, I put it at orange. Now let's type start game. There we go. And I'm actually going to make the rectangle a little bit bigger so my text can be big also. Okay, I think that's all we need for the menu. Now let's go into our code. So we're going to click on events. Let's drag out when I receive game over. Let me zoom in here. And let's click the down arrow. Let's click on new message and let's call this message name start game. So this is going to be run when we press the start game button. Okay, so now let's just move this code over. When we start, let's go to looks. We're going to switch costume to logo. And then let's click on control and let's drag out create clone of myself. Now let's drag out when I start as a clone, then show. So when we press the green flag, you should see the zombie shooter showing up there. Let me stop the project real fast. So how do we stop all the other parts in the project? Since we have start game, and that's not being called yet, let's go to our player sprites. And instead of when green flag clicked, we're going to be replacing this with when I receive start game. So only when we start the game do we start running all of the code. And we're going to be replacing all of the when green flag clicked in the game with start game. It's going to be a pretty tedious process, so let's just get this over with, okay? Start game. Okay, I think that's it, yep. Then let's go into the zombie. And I think there's only one when green flag clicked in here, so that's pretty easy. Yep, that's it. Let's go into our bullets. No. Into our hearts. Yes, we need to replace this start game. There we go. And also I just want to remind you, if you're a member to the channel, you'll be able to download this project, the full all of the arts and assets and all the music. So yeah, just become a member if you want to get all of these for free. So we're in the muzzle flash, that doesn't need any. Wave completes. No. Timer. Yes, this needs it. When I receive start game. Okay, there we go. We've replaced all of the when green flag clicked with when I receive start game. So when we press the green flag, the music is playing actually, so let's go into the stage. And let's just remove this when I receive start game. Then set volume to 50 and play background music. There we go. Okay, so our logo is showing up now. We can make this process a little bit easier by, instead of just having these two blocks, switch costume to logo and create clone of myself. Let's go to the My Blocks category. Let's press make a block. Let's call this create clone. And then let's put in a dash, and then let's add an input called costume. Now let's press OK. Let's drag this code into create clone, and then let's drag the costume block into switch costume to. After when I receive, when green flag clicks, hide, let's create clone of logo, and let's go click on the motion category. Let's drag out, go to 0, 0. In the Y, let's put in 100. And let's also set the size to 200, let's say. So now the logo, whoa, that 200 is really big, but it goes to the top. Let's try 150. Yeah, I think that's good. So we have the logo at the top. Now we need the play button. So let's just right click and duplicate these 3 blocks. Instead of Y100, let's type in Y minus 50. Let's set the size to 100, and let's create a clone of button. Now we need to make sure that these names right here are lined up, are the same as the costume names. So you can see the play button is actually called play. So I need to remove the button and type in play. So there we go. You can see the start game shows up on the bottom. Now we just need the button to react to the mouse. So let's go down here to when I start as a clone. And we only want the button, when the button is clicked, we only want that to start the game, not the logo or anything else. So let's go to the control category. Let's drag out if then, and let's put a forever loop in there. Now let's click on the operators category. Let's drag out an equals symbol, and let's go to looks and drag out costume number, and let's change it to costume name. So we want to make sure if costume name is equal to play, then we can start running this forever loop. And inside of the forever loop, we can put a fancy if then else block, and we can make sure if we're touching the mouse pointer, then let's put some little effects in there. So let's drag out sets brightness effects to 50. And if the mouse is not touching the button, that's clear graphic effects. So you should see that the button gets highlighted like that. Pretty cool. Now we just need the button to be able to be clickable. So that's pretty easy. Let's go to control category. Let's drag out if then, and we're going to detect if the mouse is down. So first, if the mouse is touching the button and we're clicking the mouse, then let's go down to the events category and drag out broadcast start game. You guessed it. Probably not, actually. Now we need to hide the menu when we actually start the game. So let's drag out when I receive start game. Move this over here. Then we need to drag out delete this clone from the control category. So what that should do is every single clone should be deleted. There we go. You can see that happening. And the reason every clone gets deleted is because every clone receives start game. So every clone will delete themselves basically. So there we go. We have a little problem with the player showing, but we can fix that in a couple seconds. Let's just test to make sure our game is running right. And it is. Okay, let's go to the player sprite. And let's drag out, let's go to events, when green flag clicked, then hide. Just so when we're in the menu, the player is hidden fully. Alright, That's it for episode 1 of season 2. That's even a bigger of a mouthful than before. That's it for season 2 episode 1 tutorial. If you have any suggestions what we should do in future tutorials, please make sure to comment down below. Also make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you everyone for watching.